What's going on, guys? Winner here. Gonna try my hand at shitting out some content for YouTube. So of course, as per usual, I'm going to do a patch note review. So let's get into it. Attention squaddies. Tomorrow we'll be releasing squad 2.16, which is probably why you're watching this. This continues a series of more frequent updates, which I have been doing, some of which are smaller in scope to allow us to continually to improve the squad experience for our players. Version 2.16 will be the fourth update this year, not including hotfixes, while there are a dozen improvements, fixes, and other changes. Version 2.16, the most prominent are the addition of 3 new vehicles for the Canadian Armed Forces faction, an insurgent emplacement hell cannon, finally for the insurgent faction, and the new seeding mode that will help server owners better populate servers. Always could use that with our growing population base. We've made a whole lot of other gameplay changes listed below in the change log, as well as addressed numerous bugs. Squad version 2.16 will be released Wednesday, May 18th at 1800 UTC. Yeah, that's in an hour and 20 minutes, so that's how quickly I made this. All right, starting off, Canadian Armed Forces vehicles, the M113A3 APC-3 variants. Yeah, this is the vehicle that was kind of teased in the Twitter post. We should see an image. Oh, I look this way. Yep, over there. Wow, look at that. Amazing. Open turret. C6 open turrets. That's a 240 open turret. M2 open turret. That's a M2 or a 50 cal, if you will. And then the T-Lab enclosed turret. So you guys ever guessing T-Lab? You're right. What is the T-Lab? It's great. Get ready for it. I'm going to be showing it off. The Love W Light Jeep 4 variants. Now, this is the exciting part. This light Jeep is outfitted with an armor kit, giving slightly more protection against small arms. For example, an arm... than, for example, an unarmored, if I could speak today, logistics truck, but less armored than a MAT V. So obviously you got the transport Jeep, the logistics Jeep, the C6, which is the 240 Jeep, and the Love W M2 or the 50 cal Jeep. One of the things to note, this is the G-Wagon. It's essentially the G-Wagon, which you should see an image posted up now. Am I looking in the right direction? All right, yeah, cool. All right, it's up there. Look at that, beautiful. The CH-178 transport helicopter. It's basically an Mi-17, and this one's been a long time coming. I knew about this one for a while, and I was curious when they were gonna throw it in, but it is a historical thing that Canada did buy Mi-17s, which are the Russian helicopter in game, and they apparently it says here they use them as a stopgap medium lift helicopter while they source alternatives. I can't verify the validity on that, but I'm sure it's true. Who's gonna say it's wrong? Added new insurgent emplacements, the Hell Cannon. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this one. I've used it. It is exciting. And because this is released as soon as the update is released, I can tell you about it. So the Hell Cannon, as far as I remember it, you can only build 1 per fob, but you can also place 2 mortars, so essentially 3 mortars total. The Hell Cannon, as I remember, it doesn't have any, it has a very small kill radius, but a very large wound radius, and it sets everyone on bleed, and it is massive. If you don't know what the Hell Cannon is, it's essentially a propane tank launcher. I think they're, maybe I'll find an image, post it up there. Look at that, Syrian rebels using that. It's great. Let's see. Overhaul the seed game mode. Okay, this is kind of the meat and potatoes of this update. So essentially they've changed the way that seeding works. So before, if you've tried to seed a game mode before, there's admins in there and they kind of have to babysit the game. You know, don't do this, only push the midpoint, stuff like that. If you remember previously, there was no seed game mode. Well, this is the much more improved game mode for seeding. And essentially what it's going to do in the first beginning, as per usual seeding rules, there's no staging phases, so you can start right away. Unlimited kit rolls, which is new for seeding a server, which is going to be super exciting. Everyone can run around as a marksman, and I'll make fun of Everyone, hashtag no marksman. No ticket loss. Interesting. That's going to keep the game going so it just doesn't end. Center objective only, meaning you cannot capture the side objectives. Forward spawns with ammo, meaning you don't have to rely on someone to build a forward spawn, as usual seeding goes. Restriction zones prevent camping. So restriction zones, that means that the areas where you cannot go are moved up to kind of facilitate that only fighting of the middle. When the game goes live, obviously it turns into a live game. The restriction zones are removed, the forward spawns are removed. Return to capture lanes, meaning you can continue to capture and play the game as normal. Ticket penalties, return, and kit rolls are limited. One of the interesting things that I did see brought up was if you're, say, using a hat kit, well, it's going to be pretty annoying when you lose your hat kit. So I'm curious to see what exactly happens, because I don't actually recall what happens here. Let's see. All seed map layers will now have pre-placed forward fobs and halves. Pre-placed forward fobs will have 10,000 ammo and 2,000 construction points. Neat. Remove weaponized emplacements for all seed layers. That means you will not be able to place weaponized emplacements. Yeah, wording. I know it's a real thinker. Let's see. I just described the seed game mode. Updated the fob to have an increased ticket loss penalty. Now, this is going to affect a lot of us in our normal games. So instead of a normal 10 ticket loss when a radio is destroyed, it's now going to be 20 tickets. So that's interesting. It'll slowly change the way the fob meta, but I don't think it's enough, personally. Adjusted insurgent tire fire deployable now to have an additional movement impairment directly in the center of the deployable. I kind of showed this off while I stream, is you can just jump through the fire, and it's fun. What should prevent infantry from being able to run all the way through the blockade. Adjusted the insurgent sapper kit rolls main weapon. Oh my god, brother, if you're watching this is for you, man. This is for you. No more Mosin carbine that cannot one-hit kill at any range. We have upgraded to one of the best insurgent weapons, the PPSH 41 submachine guns. Just to read the designer's intention, give the insurgent sapper an effective close and medium range weapon while relying on team members for longer range engagements. And that's awesome. That's honestly more than I expected them to do. I kind of just assumed they'd give them a crank or a 74U or some variant. Updated all calf roll kits with new, more authentic L83 A1 smoke grenades. Essentially, it's a reskin M18 smoke grenade that the Canadians use because the Canadians just reskin everything. Everything has a C in it, except for this. This has an L and an A. Great. Updated the Australian and calf third-person character model to remove the pistol model from the kit rolls that aren't equipped with them. You'll just be, if you don't have a pistol, you won't have the holster. Awesome. Updated all AK family rifles reload sound effects to now use correct bolt moving sound effects and improve mag in mag out sound effects. Great. Updated the Australian EF88 F88 rifle reloads to now use the unique sound effect. That'll be cool. Excited to hear that. Adjusted the Australian Maximi to be slightly louder when fired in close proximity. I do remember it's kind of unique. You can hear the weapon firing from far away, and then as you get closer, the sound does not improve, and it's like, what's going on? This is a little weird. I can't find it. I mean, you can find it, but it's just a little different. Reduce the max audible range of the Australian ASLAV IFV's engine sound effects. That's cool because that thing was pretty loud. Adjusted the layout and text of game mode descriptions to be clearer for new players. Adjusted the Australian MRH-90, that's the big boy helicopter that holds 20 people. Collision models to now include middle seat sections. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I think that might mean you can now shoot out the people in the middle seats. I could be wrong. I'm sure we'll see in the comments below. Adjusted the HUD name for all factions, Combat Engineer E-Tool Spade, to include Engineer or Sapper. So to explain what that is, essentially it's to help newer players realize that when they're a combat engineer, they have a double shovel. If you don't know what a double shovel is, it means you have a shovel that does the job of destroying your building at twice the rate of a normal build. A lot of people, new players, don't know that. Obviously, us vets do know that. Adjusted the text for Australian weapon description. Neat. Updated the loading splash box screen artwork. Very cool. Attempted to fix, we're on bug fixes now, by the way. Updated loading box splash screen artwork. I'm curious on what that's going to be. I'm excited for that. I hope it's new splash screens when we load. Bug fixes. Ooh, they thick. Fix attempt for the crash that gives an error. Boring. Crash related to muted character. Boring. Fix attempted an issue where some players would see thick fog after swapping layers. That's very cool. I've actually experienced this quite a few times, and I know others have as well. Fixed an issue missing destruction sound effects for light vehicle engines. I have heard that, but it's not too prominent with me. Updated deployable camo netting to add fallback color, which should fix issues landscape rendering, breaking the updated breaking camo netting under certain conditions, like with Fool's Road black camo nets. So if you ever seen black camo nets, Fool's Road, there's a few other instances on other certain maps. It'll just be black, and it's like, oh, okay. So now there's going to be a neutral color that I can use. Fixed a legacy issue. Nice. With infantry bipods where deploying your bipod while simultaneously crouching could get you stuck in that permanent bipod state. Never experienced this, but I will play squad later, so a little weird. Fixed an issue with aim down sight peripheral blur that was not getting removed when a player entered a vehicle or emplacement while in ADS. I have seen this before. It's pretty fun. Fixed an issue with some vehicle windows not showing RPG impact effects. I do remember that one, or I do know about it, but it's hard to see a lot of these ones unless you play a lot, and I think I play a lot. But, some of these are still rare. Fixed a collision issue with the Australian PMV armored car where the rear hatches pass damage to the hull. Impacts to those hatches no longer pass damage to the hull, in line with other similar hatches. Essentially what it means is there was an update a long time ago that made it so shooting the turret or shooting the weapon on a attack vehicle, attack truck, gun truck if you will, would pass that damage on to the hull. Now you cannot destroy a vehicle by shooting the shield or the weapon. And essentially the Map V or the Australian PMV had an issue where it could do that. Now it doesn't. So it's in line with all the fixed an issue. Fixed Australian squad leaders missing incendiary grenades necessary for restoring caches in the Insurgency game. Okay, don't play that game mode much. It is decent. I like it. Play it. Fixed an issue Australian pistol costing 10 ammos to rearm. Now only costs 1 ammo point per mag in line with other pistols. Wow, never experienced that. That is rough. Fixed an audio issue with Australian MRH-90 helicopter exterior rotor sound effects after exiting the pilot seat. Fixed an issue with Australian M1A1 MBT's ammo not being removed when the ammo rack component was destroyed. Nope. Audio issue. Nope. Fixed a legacy UI issue with SPG9 emplacements not having a map icon when unmanned. Oh, well, that one, that's gotta be pretty individual. Fixed a legacy issue. Fixed a legacy visual issue where the arms visually broke while try reloading the 240 helicopter door gunner. Never seen that. Fixed an issue with the low texture quality on character models in a roll loadout menu. I have seen that quite a bit actually. That's awesome that they fixed that. That's a legacy issue they fixed. So fuck yeah, go WI. Cockpit not displaying on ultra-wide monitors. ASLAV APC's wheel condition mesh when destroyed. Neat. Fixed an issue with the OS EF88 SL40 grenade or rifle grenade kit having rounds visibly in the magazine during dry reload animation. Cool. Fixed an issue with Kickstarter uniform patches not displaying correctly on third-person models of Australia and specific woodland calf soldiers. That's good. Gotta get that representation. Let's see. Fixed a UI issue where the Australian PMV M2 RWS remote weapon system armored car using the correct icon on map. So now before it used to, apparently I didn't know it was called a light Jeep and a heavy Jeep. Today we learned, but basically if you check the map you can tell what an open top and closed top is. The open top will have a cutout where its turret is, and it'll be see-through or not existing, whereas the heavy Jeep icon or the RWS will show like that portion kind of filled in, so you'll understand that that is you'll know that that's a closed top vehicle that's abandoned or being used by a friendly. So that's good. Information like that can really mess you up if you don't know what you're going up against, so that's awesome. Fixed a typo with the Russian and MEA artillery strikes, so it correctly refers to it as being a, I think this is an error, 152 millimeter caliber strike. I think that's what it used to be called. I think it's just a 152 strike, 152 millimeter strike. 1 millimeter, what? That is not, caliber is in inches. That's not how this works. Fun fact, 50 cal, half an inch. The more you know. Let's see. Discord rich presence. I have no idea what that is. I should find out because I don't know what that means. Cool, map updates. Updated all CAF layers naming convention to be unified with all other faction map layers. Check the sheet for a full list of changes. So I believe that's just when you change that map, admin change layer space, and then you go to the maps. They just change the naming convention, so it's going to be in line with all the other. Updated all the CAF vehicle map layers to now include new vehicle distribution. Very cool. That's a lot of work, so good job whoever did that. Added a new map layer, Kohat RAS V9. Damn, 9. Fuck Kohat though. Added a new map layer, Goose Bay RAS V2. Cool. Updated Fallujah Seed V1 to now have 3 capture points instead of 1 or 5. I don't recall what it was. Updated Talil CV2, Samari CV2. Updated all insurgent map layers to now include the tire fire deployable. So now we'll see that tire fire deployable on all the maps that includes insurgents, which is pretty cool. Each insurgent fob can deploy up to 2 tire fire deployables. That is known. Just to remind us, updated several insurgent maps to include the Insurgents Ural 375 transport truck variant. Very cool. That's the larger logic if you don't know what a Ural is. Basra Seed. Basra fixed a helicopter not being able to resupply at Australian Main. Fixed a map layer not showing up correctly on the deployable screen. Server browser, Jensen's range. Fixed Russia not having any helicopter spawn. Fixed Russia using the Insurgent Hab mesh. Okay. If you haven't seen the Insurgent Hab, it's a meme. It's a good one. Definitely check out the Insurgent Hab if you can. It's just the box with clothesline on it, no camo. Fixed an attempt for the Australian MRH-90 helicopter exploding on the helipad. I hate it when my helicopters explode. So that's pretty much it. Just a reminder, if you're experiencing issues, clear your cache after the update, and you should be good to go. A little bit longer than I had planned to do it. I tried to do this and keep it under 15 minutes. We kind of went over that. Yeah, happy hunting, guys. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. Check me out on Twitch. I will be streaming as soon as this video goes live, and we'll talk about the changes and answer any questions you might have. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next patch notes.